Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cannabis Events Talk Show. I'm your host, Adelia Carrillo, and this episode, this season, is hosted by eventhi. Now, for those that are not familiar with the Cannabis Events Talk Show, the Cannabis Events Talk Show covers all about cannabis events, experiences, and tourism. We keep you updated on the hottest topics from current news, trends, interviews with special guests that are also in the event, tourism, or hospitality industry, to marketing tips and so much more. Now, how the lineup of the show goes is we'll start off with an interview with our special guest of the day, and then we will dive into one article of the week that also, again, highlights events, tourism, or hospitality. We got a theme going on there. And then that'll be the end of the show. We also will share just two other announcements, which is our weekly event of the week and next week's guest. So with that being said, I am so excited to introduce you to this week's guest, Jazzmin Yoshieko. If I'm saying that correctly, Jazzmin, when we bring you up, please correct me. Jazzmin is the owner of Flow Lifestyle Management LLC and curator of Ganja Flow. Her passion for people and health has blossomed over her many years of hard work, which is evident in the strong network surrounding her and her growing business. She studied at Point Loma Nazarene University in San Diego and later graduated with degrees in exercise science and psychology from Grand Canyon University in Phoenix. She's a single mother and community activist for mental health awareness, wellness, and plant-based medicine. After 12 years of teaching yoga and fitness, her passion for people and cultivating peace evolved into Ganja Flow, which is now her main focus besides her daughter and her family. A day in the life of Jazzmin on an average day is filled with the sunrise to sunset with dispensary visits throughout the valley and constant networking in the community through the cannabis industry. Her experience operating an online delivery service on Weedmaps prepared her well for the high volume and demand required when thriving in such a dynamic and expanding industry. Her work ethic and people skills have connected her with a great network of support, which includes various dispensaries and cannabis companies. Now, partnering with Jazzmin will put your work in the face of the Arizona community, as well as the network of Ganja Flow she is building around the country. So with that being said, welcome, Jazzmin. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Of course. And I want to make sure I'm saying your last name correctly. How do we pronounce it?
Yoshiko. Yoshiko.
Okay, perfect. Jazzmin Yoshieko. Well, again, thank you for joining us and sharing a little bit about your background. You know, those that are tuning in, I have had the honor of knowing Jazzmin almost since I've moved to Arizona, and, you know, experiencing your events and just your energy is just really amazing, and it showcases the passion that you really do have for this plant and for the community. Now, we highlighted that you've been teaching and hosting yoga events for over 12 years. What was that transition to when you started incorporating cannabis?
Well, I had already become a mom, and I was finishing 2 degrees at Grand Canyon University. And I have been teaching yoga, independently and also for yoga studios for, almost at that point about 9 years. And my cannabis use was also that same length of time, but I was never public about it. Having gone to Christian university, private universities, I was just very to myself about that. But I have migraines that are very severe. I've dealt with anxiety, depression. I still deal with these things. And so I just felt really passionate after so much research and like college studies on my papers. I would like angle them towards cannabis if the teacher would let me. And so it was the last year of me finishing my degrees. And I thought, okay, what do I want to do? How can I serve people? Because I feel like we're all here to serve people in some way, but how could I do that with, what I know from my experience, my passion, and helping people really tap into mental health from a holistic standpoint. And I used to think cannabis was so bad. I used to give my dad hell about it. He used it back in the day, and I just didn't know. I was sheltered for a while, so yeah, I just felt like it was time to just open it up. And I'm not the first one to do cannabis and yoga, so I was just inspired by that collaboration and people being brave enough to do that publicly. So I thought, okay, let me just be brave, and it's turned out to be a beautiful thing.
Well, I'm sure it's definitely had to inspire, others that are maybe in the yoga community or just other moms and just other women as well, So again, thanks for sharing that. Now, you are currently hosting these Ganja Flow events not only in Arizona, but also California with a San Diego Ganja Flow coming up. For
Yes.
those that are listening, what can people expect when they attend a Ganja Flow event? And maybe highlight the San Diego component, because I know there's a little bit of differentiators.
Yeah, so while, in San Diego, the difference is that so next Thursday evening at 7, we'll be literally on the beach in Ocean Beach. And so, no matter where we're at, what you can expect is when you come, our mission is to cultivate peace and to help, provide an atmosphere that really helps you level up your mindset, helps you start to have these positive, thought patterns. And we do that by, incorporating very beginner friendly yoga, meditation, and breath work. And there's so much science behind all of those three components. And so that plus our ganja just really creates a very, elevated experience. But we're known for being really welcoming. It's for everyone, anybody, every age. We've had disabled people come in their wheelchairs. We've had, senior citizens attend with, their granddaughters. And so it's really a beautiful, very diverse, audience that we're trying to reach and really cultivate that piece, but advocate for mental health, through these types of self-care. So we'll have music. That's one thing I can't forget. We'll have music. So like on Thursday in San Diego, we'll actually have a DJ. Wasani is his name, and it'll be really fun. Just good vibes, peacefulness. And I always tell everyone the unique thing about Ganja Flow is that I will always encourage you to just rest. If you just need to rest and just hang out, lounge in the space, that's always the vibe too. So the yoga is a little bit optional if anyone's too new to it or just tired that day. So just good vibes. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a great event. We have Joshua who said San Diego. There, he's excited. Sophie from San Diego said she'll try to pull up as well to the San Diego event.
Um,
And then Gustavo was asking where these events are. So again, we were just reiterating. She hosts these in Arizona and California. In Arizona, is it specifically in Phoenix only?
So we've done some different venues, but currently we are downtown in Central Phoenix at 88 Yoga. It's a beautiful studio. It's on Central and McKinley at the bottom of a beautiful high rise that's called the Stewart. So 88 Yoga, shout out to them for giving us a beautiful place to call home right now. And then in San Diego, we'll actually just be on the lawn right in front of the sand in Ocean Beach by Lifeguard Tower 2. So Yeah.
Perfect. That kind of that background is just alone. That's everything, So it's going to even help with the vibe that you already bring. So it's just a little bit of an extra touch being in San Diego.
Yes.
Now, what is your best piece of advice that you would share, let's say with another event organizer that is specifically maybe in health and wellness looking to host a cannabis event?
You know, I would honestly say stay consistent and find your tribe. Really find those different businesses that, not only are they in the same niche or, industry, but also really get to know their character, their mission, their values, how they treat, their people. And by really connecting, I think that's one of the most, beautiful ways to grow your event, your business. And so just stay consistent, don't give up. I've had times where no one comes, or 3 people come, or 10, or 50. So, never let those things discourage you. I would just say, keep going.
I love that. Such great advice. And, one of the things I always ask our guests are, why do you think events are important for the industry?
Ooh, I think they're so important because, people crave community. And even as an introvert, a little bit of a homebody, I still need that engagement. We're not, I think, as humans designed to always be alone and do life alone. So I think these type of events really, bring back just a sense of togetherness, for lack of a better word. And I think it's important for us just to be constantly, making new connections and things. Sometimes we get stagnant, we get comfortable, and these events are a good way to network and find more of your tribe. So I think it's great. Yeah.
I love that. That is true, and there's so many different events out there for all things. Like I've seen jazz and cannabis and just, so many different things. Yeah, see, right? Me too. I would love that. So what do you have in store for the rest of 2022 and how can people support you?
Well, 2022, I'm feeling very grateful that we got some crowdfunding for the business. And so what we're doing now is finally creating merch. So like this lovely t-shirt with our mantra, focus on the good. We'll have merch finally available. We do have our online store that's up and active. And so you can actually shop online for things like comfy loungewear, your yoga mat, your CBD gummies, and things like that. A lot of different healthy essentials. But also, we're just going to be expanding. So we'll be in California once a month, and then working on LA. And as far as Phoenix, we're going to have more weekly sessions. So we started out once a month. Now we're twice a week. So we're just wanting to bring more to the community and be able to cater to everyone. And so, yeah, you could grow with us that way and support us either online or, attend an event and just come get your mind right, get some goodies. You always get samples from our sponsors. And of course, that's everyone's favorite, besides the good vibes and the relaxation. So it's really fun. Though, generally we have like a dab bar, sponsored dab bar and things of that nature. So it's always a very good time.
Well, and with that too, there are sponsorship opportunities for these events as well. And you can even have, it doesn't even have to be a cannabis brand, right? It can be a health and wellness brand that wants to be a part of this, that supports the good vibes and wants to be a part of this community. So
Absolutely. Yes. Really, our goal is to bring so much love and light to mental health. I deal with mine, we all deal with it, and it's always there, just like our physical health. So it's a really beautiful way to be able to bring that, take away the stigma, make it a normal conversation, and also bring some fun to it as well. So
well, that leads us to the interview component. Now we are going to transition to the event article or the article of the week. So, how this works for those that are tuning in, I'll go over a quick little overview of a weekly article in the news. Again, it's going to be focused around either events, tourism, or hospitality. And then Jazzmin and I will just chat a little bit about it. So this article I picked just because Jazzmin and I are both from San Diego. This was an article from San Diego. We got to, give some awareness. We know how it is in the San Diego community, and all these little changes of them moving forward is a really huge step. Like, it's been forever, right? That they are slowly letting things happen.
Yeah, but I'm so glad.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So the article is National City in final stages of cannabis permitting, including the county's first consumption lounge. So, cannabis businesses are hoping to set up shop in National City, including an applicant proposing to operate what would be the county's first consumption lounge. And it is moving into the final stage of the three-part permitting process. So, a little bit of background. In April, the city received 17 applications from interested parties, 16 of which were storefronts and manufacturing, and one for a lounge. The city's cannabis ordinance, approved in May of 2021, allows for up to 6 commercial cannabis licenses, including 2 that must be reserved for local ownership and actually 1 set aside for a consumption lounge. Retail is only allowed in industrial zones, and the lounge is in the tourist commercial zone. Now, the most points, I guess how they do it here in National City is they have a point system. An applicant, the highest points that an applicant can receive is 3,000. Scores range from 3,150 to around 1,200, but most of them earned 2,900 points, so very close. The top scoring applicants were Shrine, National City, and Off the Charts, one of whom earned 3,150 points. And Sessions by the Bay was the sole consumption lounge applicant, and they earned 2,500. Now, those that are kind of curious of how it works, those 3 are moving into the final round, and they will each have to provide a $5,000 deposit to receive a permit and then negotiate a development agreement with the city. Of course, council members would then also have to approve it. And if granted, then they'll be allowed to apply for land use permit and business license. So they got to go through a lot just to even get to that far. So this is an interesting process. Overall, Jazzmin, what are your thoughts with this? I'm excited for this lounge component.
I think it's wonderful. It does surprise me sometimes that it's just now, these things are just now happening, because you always think of California as, the home of cannabis and, having that freedom. So I think it'll bring light though to that, and, hopefully just continue to open up more opportunities. And I love it. I think it's a great way for San Diego to cultivate peace. I think it's going to be really fun. I can only imagine. We'll have to go when they open.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have to go down there and see how it's going in National City. Well, with that being said, Jazzmin, thank you so much for joining us. Again, how can people contact you? I'm going to put your link tree up. Any other ways that they can connect, or that would be the best route?
Yeah, through Linktree, you'll find our Ganja Flow Instagram. You can find me on there too if you click around and whatnot. But definitely follow Ganja Flow. Tap in on our website and just look around and sign up for an event that's coming. If you're in San Diego or close by, come out next Thursday for a nice little hour of self-care. And yeah, just come and cultivate peace with us sometime. We'd love to have you.
Yes, I need to go back soon, so I'll come visit you in one of the upcomings in Phoenix for sure.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you and the whole team at Event High so much. Thank you.
Oh, of course. We love this. We love learning more a little bit about each of the co-host or event hosts. So thank you for being here today. And with that being said, everyone, we are almost done with the show. Just 2 final announcements. So next week's guest is Miss Kindness Ramirez of Club Kindness, Kind Casa, Our Kind, and Sister Sesh. And then this week's event is Powering Up, Unlocking the Power of Web3 and Metaverse, hosted by women employed in cannabis. Now, Powering Up is an event series designed to keep women working in cannabis ahead of the curve with access to cutting-edge innovation and technology. Women too often fall behind evolutions in tech, industry, and finance, putting them at a disadvantage in business. Powering Up is designed to make topics accessible and easy to learn in a short period of time. Their last series was about unlocking the power of Web3 and the metaverse, and a review of the fundamentals of blockchain, cryptocurrency, and NFTs. These events are hosted by Amanda Ryman, founder of Personal Plants, and Lisa Snyder, co-founder of Toketivity. The ladies will welcome special guests Jenna Greenfield and Eli Robbins. They are the co-founders of Sacred Garden, which are experts in the numerous areas of digital currency, art, and future of the web. Now, to learn more and to attend this upcoming event, you can go to eventhi.io and you'll find and then look for Unlocking the Power of Web3 and the Metaverse. Also, you can find the Ganja Flow events on Eventhi as well. So be sure to check it out and grab your tickets for any of her upcoming events in Phoenix or San Diego. Now, with that being said, stay safe, stay healthy, stay high. Bye.